From Detroit, it's Coffee and Chocolate. Good evening and welcome back to Coffee and Chocolate After Hours. We are back to Vampire the Masquerade, Reckoning of New York. We finished once with Callie's story, and now we're going back and playing it from Patrick's perspective, hoping to uncover a few secrets along the way. All right, let's push play. Night 1, the dragon. Up in the air. If I let the Ravnos girl out of my sight, things will get extremely unpleasant for me. But playing chaperone complicates my dealings with Vritra. Let's just hope she doesn't prove as troublesome as she looks. Alright, it looks like we have no choice, so let's go. I leave Elysium with my mind set. The Ravnos girl sighs loudly with relief when the door slams shut behind us. Unnecessarily, of course. But she is still young, and some old habits die hard, such as grimacing to oneself while deep in thought. I'm sure a hustler like her would like to think she's a blank canvas, mysterious and impossible to read. But she's the exact opposite. I can tell the very trajectory of her mind, just from the furrowing of her brow, the set of her jaw. How she hates the Camarilla for what they are and how they act. How pleased she is to have seemingly conned them. And how displeased she is to be stuck with me. It takes two to dance this tango of contempt. Keep making that face at me and you might just stick that way. Ever thought about gouging your eyes as a solution? I cannot tell if she's making a convoluted allusion to the Bible or just saying the first thing that comes to her mind. Either way, she sounds like a petulant child. The child treatment it is. I was explicitly told to keep my eyes on you, to watch over you, and, need be, even look out for you. That's quite a vision-centric assignment, would you not say? Do what you will, but know that my job would be a whole lot more pleasant if you worked with me here. Shame no one asked me to make your job easy. Shame indeed. She shoots me a defiant glare and whirls around, stomping away. I feel an exasperated sigh escaping my stagnant lungs. I feel certain my old habits will rise from the dead over the next 4 nights. But we have no time for tantrums now. The sun's about to rise. We can pick up this little dance of ours again tomorrow night, okay? Let's get moving. My haven isn't even in this part of the town. I am an excellent dancer. Hold up. What do you mean, your haven? It seems communicating with her will not be as easy as initially assumed. A very stubborn young woman, this Callie. Alright, hear me out. I get that this whole thing's a bit of a pain for the both of us. Trust me, I've no more desire to mind you than you have to be minded. But let's rewind for a second. You're the one who picked me out at Elysium and got both of us into this mess. If I let you out of my sight, things will get proper unpleasant for me. And believe me, I am speaking from experience. I step closer and use my full height to tower over her. But you? You'll be torn to shreds by Kadir's hounds before you can say oops. They'll sniff you out sooner rather than later, and that is a stone cold fact. Judging by her confused face, however, I do not think my tactics are working. So, how about we just skip the theatrics and you tag along to a place I know is safe? We can regroup and figure out our next move come nightfall. Go to her car, her baby, her precious. I stop mid-sentence, grab my ring and spin, and spin, and spin, hitting 20 every time, until the voices calm down. She wants to go to her RV. Do it, do it, do it, do it. No, your RV is completely off the table. Surprise blooms on her face, but she reins it in skillfully. Not a problem. I've got a solid 7 other hideouts. I hide a smirk. I'm sure you do. Though if they haven't seen your shadow in the last 6 months, I'd wager they no longer exist. Mind sharing where they were? It's an honest question. One I ask only because of the recent upheaval in New York. But she doesn't take kindly to it. Hello, is this the Secret Service speaking? Like I'd spill my shit to you. Just so you know, my network is sprawling and meticulously crafted. Think global spiderweb. I couldn't hide my mocking smile even if I wanted to. Sounds more like you're the fly caught within, believing it's your kingdom. Meanwhile, the fat spider at the center just awaits its chance, patiently. Yep, keep channeling your inner Keats, gosh. She clearly hasn't even read a lick of Keats. I am this close to giving her a proper lecture about romantic poets, but in the end I decide it's not worth it. Getting back to my haven is vastly more important at the moment. Keats, Byron, or Shelley, they all needed shelter, and so do we. My haven being the safest of choices. I would ask you not to make me drag you there. Come on, what do you think I'll do? Run away? Obviously. She makes a sad, pouty face. Oh, you've little faith. Would I try to bail on you on Christmas night? You sticking around might just count as a true holiday miracle. And no, I don't bank on holiday miracles. If you're under the impression I'll let you out of my sight, then you're not paying attention. Come, let's not dilly-dally. She grimaces at that, but I'm not sure whether it's about me keeping a permanent eye on her or my choice of words. But I do not care. All right. After you. I can almost smell the scheming of the ravenous girl, Callie, as we make our way through the night streets of New York City. She glances at me from time to time as if searching for an opportunity. Thankfully, my voices leave me be for the moment. But I still keep fiddling with my ring. Emotional support, they call it these days. Out of the corner of my eye, I see her rummaging around her belt bag, but I pay her no mind. I doubt anything in there would pose a genuine threat to me. Besides, The longer she concentrates on something aside from antagonizing me, the better. I hope we'll spend the rest of our journey together in blessed silence. Unfortunately, almost immediately she clears her throat in an obvious attempt to catch my attention. But when I turn to her expecting a mocking sneer, she just looks embarrassed. So, what I'm trying to say is, I'm sorry for getting snappy. Rough night, you get it? That is an unexpected turn of events. Are you feeling unwell? Hey, I'm trying to apologize here, alright? How about we start over? My name's Callie. With that, she extends her hand. I let it hover in the frigid air for a moment, not because I don't intend to take it, because I am flabbergasted by, slightly suspicious of this sudden contrition. But her eyes are wide and innocent, so in the end, I reach out and shake her hand. Patrick Conroy. To my confusion, she clasps my hand in both of hers and shakes it with near zealous vigor. Nice to meet you, Patrick. Fancy seeing a magic trick? What? I beg your pardon. She flashes me two things, a nasty smile and my dice ring hidden in the palm of her hand. I can feel my stomach sink and turn to ice as if Vita was evaporating from my body, but before I can lunge at her to retrieve it, she takes a big swing. Want your precious ring back? Then fetch! She hurls the ring into the distance. I hear it clink off a wall, and I'm compelled to dash toward that sound. I forget about the council, assignment, Ravnos, everything, desperately feeling around for my ring. I vaguely hear her rapidly receding footsteps, but I don't care. The voices stay mercifully quiet, while my mind is both fogged over and focused like a rapier. I need to find my ring. I need. And then I actually look down at my hands and see that there is nothing missing. All of my rings, the dice one included, remain in their respective places, as if they've never been touched. The relief that washes over me is enough to put out the fire of rage that threatens to consume the whole. I straighten up and look thoughtfully into the sky. It was indeed a neat magic trick. But it might be time for me to show one of my own. I should have been more careful, vigilant. I should have known she'd be unrepentant with her trickery. I should not have underestimated her. She is dead. It's your fault, stupid Patty. Callie's escape is complete. Even her footsteps have turned into silence and disappeared in the mess of hardened, walked-over snow. How careless of you, Patrick. Well, no matter. Even though I'm still somewhat rattled by the prospect of losing my ring, a young runaway neonate should prove no trouble. Let the hunt begin. I let the smell of the air and vibrations bouncing off buildings guide me through the many narrow, almost empty streets. I wander around for a few minutes, eyes darting and ears straining, until I finally catch it. There's a commotion in an alleyway. In a fraction of a second, I blink out of existence, leaving not even footprints behind. I make sure my gait is steady, but silent, as I approach the alleyway and peer inside. What I behold is carnage in the making. A group of hunters have Callie encircled, screaming invectives, and gearing for an attack. Oh no, she's gonna croak. Don't let her die. Save her now. I spin my ring and silence the voices who keep trying to lead me to my doom. I don't even need to notice that this hunter cell is much too small and inexperienced to pose a real danger to a kindred. Simply ignoring my voices will lead to a positive outcome, as it always does. I haven't made my name as the one with all the answers for nothing. I turn my weakness into a weapon. I spend my time sieving out the meaning behind the drivel with which the voices poison my mind. This time the meaning is clear. Callie is not in danger yet. I decide to observe for a moment. Little Raven is strong. She's not a prodigious or experienced fighter. Her movement lacks restraint and precision, with all the ways her limbs flail around, uncoordinated. Thankfully, her undead strength and speed make up for what she lacks in skill. Otherwise, she might hurt herself before the hunters get to her. Observing the combat, I see the moment where true danger comes. There is one hunter who's evaded Callie's perception. The man kicks her to the ground, straddles her, and rises. Observing the combat, I see the moment where true danger comes. There's one hunter who's evaded Callie's perception. The man kicks her to the ground, straddles her, and raises a sharpened stake above her heart, ready to strike. She's no time to react, but she doesn't need to. I dash toward the hunter and encircle his neck with my hands in a tight grip. I twist it all the way around, reminiscent of some horror movie owl, and then drop him to the ground. With a casual demeanor, I retrieve the stake and toss it a few times. You've lost something. Piss off. I believe thank you is the phrase you're looking for. You should be glad I fetched the ring in record time. She's still lying on the ground, looking grumpy and dejected. Can't blame her. It's really not her night. So I extend a hand toward her, and she glares at it for a while before pushing herself up onto her feet. I grace her with a smile. Why don't you hold on to the stake? Consider it a memento of the time you nearly got taken out by a few hunters and needed my intervention. A slice of humble pie, if you will. She takes the stake, avoiding my gaze, and tucks it into her belt bag. For the record, I had it under control. Wait, hunters? I'm sure you did. I, however, am yet to hear a single thank you. She stares at me resentfully. I simply return her silence. Thank you. You're very welcome. And yes, those were hunters. You didn't seriously think it was the sad, did you? I fail to suppress a chuckle at that ridiculous notion, and she just scowls further. Don't take it personally, but if it were the sad you're up against, you'd have been taken out before you even realized there was a threat. They're well organized, professional. These guys, however, I sweep my hand around, gesturing toward the fallen hunters. Well, they haven't quite mastered the element of surprise, have they? Still, running into that many in one place? Kadir mentioned something about a locust swarm back at Elysium, but come on! Twice in one night? That's more than just bad luck. She sounds truly morose, as if adversity were not a familiar foe. I guess some kindred are lucky. But this time, she's right. Indeed. New York is nowhere near as safe for our kind as it once was. This is not your typical hunter behavior. It's an anomaly, and its source is unknown. Until we figure it out, I strongly advise against sprinting like a demented cheetah, biting whatever's in arm reach, or showing off your unique powers. For your own safety, assume you're under constant surveillance and choose your moments wisely. She winces and rolls her eyes, looking bored as if listening to a lecture in elementary school, but I can see the cogs turning in her brain. Perhaps she's grasped the depths of dangers waiting for the kindred in New York City, which tells me I should only drive my point further. And you might want to rethink your attempts to ditch me. I might not arrive in time to save you the next time you get into trouble. She rolls her eyes again, but nods. All right. Maybe sticking with you might have some benefits. I cock my head, thoughtfully. Am I hearing things? Or is that a compliment? She snorts and waves her hand. Don't let it get to your head. And don't expect a repeat. Now, about that haven of yours. Patrick's Haven, where caitiff lies low. The dawn is upon us and the streets are teeming with peril. I should take that unruly raven to the one place I know is safe, my haven. And it looks like the only choice we have, so let's do it. The walk feels endlessly long. Callie is quiet, either fatigued or deep in thought, and I relish the silence because I anticipate many loud battles ahead. Before I know it, we're already there. This is our stop. Let's head inside. Dawn's nearly upon us. She winces, shaken out of her reverie, while I step through the door first and leave it open for her. Even though I don't look back, I keep my wits about me in case she runs for it. She does not. I'm glad my small sign of trust was received favorably. Or maybe she's just too exhausted for tricks. Home sweet home. Looking around my haven, I realize that it might not be what one would call socially acceptable. I haven't had guests in... Well, actually, I don't remember ever inviting anyone over. I'm seldom flustered, but when Callie casts a judgmental look over the books, papers, random notebooks, and notes covering every inch of available surface, I find myself discomposed. Agitated, even. I rush to clean up, picking up an armful of things along the way. Make yourself at home. The couch is all yours. I make sure all the shutters are ready for daybreak. What's with the paper explosion? You fancy yourself a writer or something? No. Not anymore, anyway. Callie cranes her neck, trying to decipher some of my notes, and I let her be. My research is far too extensive and complicated to explain in one night. When she shoots me a disappointed frown, I just look at her, blankly, and she caves. A history buff? Don't take this the wrong way, but you totally give off that vibe. Then you've read the vibe correctly. History is fascinating. Almost as much as Keats. She looks at me, confused. She's already forgotten her reference to his poetry. Whatever. But hey, if you need something tangible from history, like some antique knick-knack, hit me up. I know a guy who knows a gal who will definitely hook you up. I give her a smile. The way she thinks is truly amusing, lightning quick, but meandering in the most surprising of ways. Get some rest. We got a busy night ahead of us. She collapses onto the stray sheets of paper on the couch and it is out in a matter of seconds. I make sure the door is closed, put away the more interesting books, and follow her lead. The deep void of slumber welcomes me with suffocating arms the way it does every morning, and I let myself be strangled to sleep by the comforting darkness. 6 months ago. Hush now. Hush. You're in good hands here. We're nearly through. Just a few moments more. Oh, show some backbone. It is a privilege to be one of the chosen. This is my blessing that I am bestowing upon you. Vicissitude is a fine art, and you are the clay to which I give shape. A dash of discomfort is but a small fee for such grandeur. Now silence. My concentration must remain unbroken. You would not wish for an error, one that misshapes something as vital as your glabella, would you? Now, let me take a good look at you. Perfect. Hauntingly alike. Well, that was interesting. The guy who's doing, the guy who's like the voice of that old man, the really powerful guy in the wheelchair, was a replacement. Absolutely fascinating. All right. I think I'm going to call it for right now. Have to get some dinner, I'd say. I don't know if I'm going to come back and resume this, so I'll put this here as a placeholder. Been nice talking with you tonight. I hope you enjoyed this. Please give us a like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the flip side. Have a good evening.